Hey everybody, it's the Herb Guy with the Elder Herb Shop, and welcome to Where Science Meets Nature, a channel where we discuss modern medicinal uses for plants and other natural materials found all around us. Today, we'll be discussing the comfrey plant. Meet our comfrey plant. Now, as you can see, if it's allowed to grow, they'll get quite tall. The leaves are long, narrow, and very fluffy, but don't let the fluff fool you. The hairs are actually pretty bristly, and if you get enough of them in your fingers, or anywhere else for that matter, it can be pretty irritating, like a bunch of tiny little splinters. But don't let that put you off. This plant has a lot of really good properties that makes it worth it. The plant grows super fast, and as one comfrey farmer notes, on average, a first-year plant will provide about 9 pounds of leaves a year. A fully mature 3-year-old plant can produce about 64 pounds of leaves a year. Now that's with repeated trimming throughout the year, but still, 64 pounds. Pretty neat, huh? Now for gardening and flower beds, this plant has some pretty awesome properties. Once established, the roots run deep and they'll really spread out. And when they run so deep, they actually pull nutrients up from the deeper layers of the earth and bring them to the surface, which makes the soil around them richer and more plant-friendly. Their composting leaves have more potassium, nitrogen, nutrients, and minerals than animal fertilizer, making them a much better option than manure. All over the world, comfrey leaves are used to fertilize crops and gardens. So, all of that stuff is all well and good, but what does it have to do with medicine? My answer to that question is another question. How often do you get an opportunity to grow your own medicine? If you listen to the FDA, they'll tell you to only use comfrey externally due to the potential for liver damage. And I won't tell you any different, but I tend to make a habit of not listening to the FDA as a rule for myself. When you consider that 32% of approved drugs have a post-market safety event, meaning that someone died, that doesn't leave me with a whole lot of faith in their opinions, considering a 68% score is a D at best on any report card. Now on a nutritional level, comfrey leaf has more vitamins, nutrients than spinach. It also contains high amounts of vitamin B12, which is super valuable to vegetarians and vegans. So if you know any, you should share this, because this is great information for them. Just saying. It's loaded with vitamins A, B12, C, and D, and is also rich in silicone, calcium, iron, potassium, phosphorus, iodine, and contains more protein by volume than soybeans. Comfrey leaf is even a great source for feed for livestock and grass-eating pets. And that's just the food content. You see, comfrey contains two major components called allantoin and rosmaric acid. Allantoin makes the skin cells grow faster, while rosmaric acid helps relieve pain and inflammation. Another name for this particular plant is called knitbone, not to be confused with boneset, which is a completely different herb. And the reason why they called it knitbone is because it's used to help heal broken bones faster. And yes, there are many scientific studies to show just that. Worldwide, except in the United States of course, comfrey salves, oils, ointments, and liniments are used for the treatment of bruises, sprains, strains, contusions, arthritis, rheumatoid arthritis, after surgery healing, for general pain and inflammation, to heal broken bones, etc. You get the picture, right? The cool thing about it is that you don't have to go anywhere to buy comfrey in order to benefit from it. As you can see, these leaves are pretty big, and they really do get fairly big, especially closer to the bottom. And as long as they're fresh, they're pretty flexible. In a first aid type of situation, you can bruise up the leaves like this and apply it directly to your sore area, your knee, your elbow, wherever's bruised. Now remember, it could be a little weird to use at first because of the bristles, but once you've bruised them up, a lot of that goes away, and it leaves the leaf fairly soft and supple. You can even use it as a wrap all by itself. Some people prefer to put it in some hot water and then wrap it in a cloth and put it on, because the water will infuse with the benefits, and then put the leaf in the wrap and you'll get the benefits from that as well. The whole plant can be harvested. It can be cut up, dried, and set aside for use as you need it, even if it's out of season. Well, hopefully I was able to give you some information you didn't have before, and that you've discovered that comfrey plant is one of the more versatile herbs you can grow in your flower bed. Some key points to take away from this is, it's a nutritious food source for people and animals. Comfrey is high in vitamins and nutrients, including vitamin B12, which, if you remember, is essential to a vegetarian-vegan diet. It is an extremely fast-growing crop. It has a slew of medicinal uses, and is significantly less expensive than pharmaceuticals, considering it literally grows in your flower bed. And that's all I have for today. And if you found this video interesting, please consider giving it a like and a share. I've included links to medical studies about comfrey, so you can see for yourself the value of comfrey plant. Also, feel free to leave a comment in the description section below. Thanks for watching and have a great day.